I must say, pretty simple. Not not like many of our African leaders. So, but just to start off, tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Jeremiah Koung?
So my name is Jeremiah Koung, and I'm a Liberian, born and reared in Liberia. I lived there all my life. I was previously a businessman.
Okay.
And so later went to politics. I became representative in 2011. I got elected and took seat in 2012.
When you say you're a representative in the legislative body,
in the legislature. In Liberia, we have two chambers, the House of Rep and the House of Senate.
Right.
But together is the legislature.
Okay.
So I got elected to the House of Representatives in 2011. I took seat in January 2012. And I retained my seat in 2017. I went for re-elections and I won my seat in 2017. And by 2020, I was asked by my constituents to run for the Senate, which is this time is the whole county, it's not just the district. And I contested in 2020 and I won the elections. And by 2023, I was contacted to be vice president to His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. And we ran a successful campaign, and today I'm the vice president to His Excellency Ambassador Boakai.
And that's interesting. I mean, who knows what next step could be there for you, because Joseph Boakai has himself been vice president before. Under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, he was vice president, tried, lost to Weah, and now he's actually won. So that's a pretty interesting journey. What does it mean to you, this position you occupy? Before we get to the other stories and why Mr. Addison is here, what does it mean to you?
For me, it's a space to work more. It's a space to do more for your people. And so it's challenging as a young person.
Right.
Your life is almost in a cave where you leave your house in the morning in the car, you go to work, and you got a lot of people following you and security people and everything. There's nothing private anymore. And so it's challenging, but I'm grateful, and we are praying that God guide us to do the right thing for our country and see how we can improve the lives of our people.
So this is a, 6-year term?
This is a 6-year term.
6-year term.
Yeah.
So this is 2024 till
2029. If they 2029.
Yeah. By 2030, you'll be handing over.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back to some of those, but I'd like us to throw the spotlight on a very interesting story about human beings and why we should be human to one another. And that also explains why you are in Ghana, right?
True.
Take us, is it 22 years ago or 24 years ago?
24 years ago.
24 years ago.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm in Ghana today because I'm going to represent the President of Liberia at an inauguration ceremony in Bayelsa State in Nigeria.
Right.
The inauguration of the governor. And I also had the invitation to go to Morocco on the South-South Cooperation Parliament Conference. And so I was asked to deliver a speech. And so I was in Morocco. I'm now in Ghana and waiting for my flight, hopefully tomorrow, for Monrovia, Liberia.
Right.
So, as I said before, I was a business guy. And in about 98, 99, 2000, we were coming to Togo to buy cars and take to Liberia to sell. During this time where the wartime in Liberia, so we all know what it meant. And this day we were coming to Togo. We were 5 young people together. My friend Perignan is in Liberia today. Mustafa Abdallah, he's dead today. He died already.
So rest in peace.
So rest in peace. You had Yankee Nyeneke. Yankee Nyeneke is also in Yekepa, in an area called Yekepa in Liberia. Another person. We're 5 in number. As the name comes, I will let you know. And so we're en route to Togo. And so we came by a bus that used to run in the Côte d'Ivoire called Steve.
I see.
A company called Steve. And so Steve brought us from Danale to Accra.
Tamale.
Danale is in Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay.
It's the first big town from the border, Danane. So we came to Ghana. We entered here. We left Danane about 9-10 Saturday night, 2022. I don't remember the month.
You mean 2002?
2000, the year 2000.
2000.
In the year 2000. So we came to Ghana and we got here about 1 a.m. in the morning. And so we should have gone to Togo. But we used to buy cylinders in Ghana. There are a lot of used cylinders that used to come from Europe in Ghana. So we used to buy them to take to Liberia and sell. And so we wanted to buy cylinders in Ghana, leave it here, go to Togo, get the car. So when we are coming back, we can pick up the cylinders.
Right.
So when we got down from the bus, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So my friend asked that we just go to the entertainment center instead of paying for a hotel to sleep, which would cost us money. We were struggling at the time. So we went to the entertainment center called Yakiki. I still remember that name. I don't know whether it still exists in Ghana. It's called Yakiki. So we're in Yakiki, and about 4 a.m. in the morning, I remember that Ghana on Sunday, there was no business.
Yeah.
So no shop open. So I told my friend, oh, it's a mistake. Today is Sunday morning, 4 a.m. Tomorrow morning, we wouldn't be able to get cylinders and some stuff we try to buy. So let's go to Togo. When we come back, we can get those stuff on a market day or day that the businesses are open in Accra, Ghana. So then there was a bus driver parking. I don't remember his name. And so we asked him, it was an 18-seater bus, 18 or 16-seater bus, Nissan bus. So we asked him to take us to Togo. And how much could we pay? So he charged us, and we agreed to pay for all the seats. We paid. So we got in
all the 16 or 18 seats. You paid for all of them?
We paid for all.
And there were only 5 of you?
Yes.
Right.
Well, we're 5. There's a guy from Togo who was also with us. I brought a driver from Togo.
Right.
The other time he drove, because when we go to Togo and we pay for car, 2-3 cars, your one can drive it. So you have to hire a driver. At the time it was $150 for somebody to drive from Togo to Liberia. And then you transport them to come back. And so there was this guy with us from Togo that I was bringing back, because the cars we carry, we just sold them and we're coming back to Togo to get another one. When we got in the bus, we noticed that the driver had put 2 more persons in the bus. But all we thought it was his conductors and other people. So we got in the bus and we started to leave Accra.
So this was before you even got into the bus? These 2 people were there?
Apparently, I don't know how they really got on board. But after we spoke to him and we agreed to go, then 2 guys entered the bus.
Okay.
2 guys. So the 2 guys got in the bus and we got in the bus. So we assumed that they were
the conductors helping him.
So we didn't have a problem. We started leaving. I mean, few minutes in drive, we all fell asleep. Because we have come from the entertainment center, we're drinking beer and all those. So we came from, whole night we haven't sleep, we in the bus. And so we all fell asleep. But this guy from Togo wasn't sleeping. He was a Muslim, he couldn't drink beer. So he was sitting among us. He was sitting in the bus. So we all fell asleep.
He was very sober?
Yes. When we got somewhere on the highway, the 2 guys spoke tree to the driver. I was sleeping by then. This is what I was told by the Togolese guy. Now let's do it here. And then the driver said, no, this place is too open. Let's go further. The Togolese guy could understand tree. Apparently, Togo, Ghana, they are very close.
Yeah.
So he heard their conversations. And then he yelled in the bus, these are criminals, these are criminals. So we all woke up from sleep, yelling and all around the place. There was a guy with us who is called Mustafa. He's dead today.
Right.
He was a former soldier, part of the rebel group. So he wasn't afraid of armed robbery. And he did that things he handled. So he was the brave one. So he said, don't you know we are Liberians, you want to arm rob us? We understand these things more. So the guys got afraid. and the driver, they all started running.
So these two people, they together with the driver, they jumped out of the car.
They started running. So because we were many, and we started chasing them now. So when we ran after them, the driver, we couldn't grab them.
But were they armed?
The two guys were armed.
The two ones in the bus,
yeah.
They had what, pistols or something?
Pistols. But the guy Mustafa was telling them, fire, this thing does nothing to me. You know that kind of, he's a soldier, so he knew what he was doing. I was afraid and very confused. So when they left, we were on the highway, the bus is parked, the key is in it. And so I told my guys, look, start this car, turn it around, and let's find a police station where we go and explain to the police what happened to us.
Right.
But that they will find this driver. In the process, the two guys who escaped went to the Navy's base. The area it was happening, the Navy's base, I think somewhere around there, or Navy's people were around. So apparently he went there and told them that there were some Liberians armed robbing a Ghanaian.
Wow. And so that's the driver? Is it the driver who went and did that?
The two guys.
The two guys went and did that.
So the Navy's people got in their car. At that time, armed robbery was very high in Ghana. So the Navy's car started coming. At this point, I've asked one of my guys to turn, one of the drivers I was taking, to turn the car around so that we come in town to find a police station. And the Navy's came and met us turning the car around. So it proved that we were armed robbing the Ghanaian men. There was no way to say anything.
Right.
So the fire in the air, bow, bow. And then we all started running. So we ran in the bush. I ran with a friend called Perry. We all went to some people went alone. So they grabbed one of my guys, his name is Yankee.
Right.
They beat him and he had cut all on him. He and the Togolese guy were together. They hit the Togolese guy in the mouth and broke 2 teeth.
Wow.
From his mouth. So they arrested those 2. They didn't arrest some of us. So I slept in the bush around the place. I don't remember very well, but it's on the highway to Togo. And there were some people praying in the bush. So my friend said, let's reach out to these people. I said, no. It could be the same people pretending to be Christians and praying. So let's lie down here until tomorrow morning. So we slept. Soon morning by 6, we got up and we started walking, asking questions to find a police station. So they directed us to Ashama police station.
Ashaiman police station.
Ashama police station.
Right.
So we went there and told the police that, look, we are Liberians, we were traveling and we were armed robbed last night and we are fleeing. So Addison, I don't know his first name, but I remember the Addison very well.
Right.
So Addison was the guy in charge of the case, police guy who was asked to take us to where the thing happened and let's see the site. So he took us to the gas station. When we went there, there were blood all on the ground because they broke the guy's teeth and beat our guys there. So the guys working at the station said last night they arrested some armed robbers here and they took them to the Navy's base.
The naval base.
The Navy's base. So he told us, let's go there. When we entered the base, he explained to the people that he has come. He learned that there were some people arrested here, and so these are some of the people who were there last night. Oh, they cuffed us.
All right. I think I'll let you hold it there and let him continue, Mr. Addison, because you were in the police service at the time. You were the Addison that he's speaking of, right?
Exactly so.
So narrate the story for us from there. What exactly happened once you took them to the naval base?
Yes, let me start from the time they came to Ashama police station and lodged a complaint. I was then on duty. I was on duty then, so they referred the case to me as a CID man on duty. So they referred the case to me, and I took their statement as usual. Then, as I then moved to the scene, so I went to the scene of crime. And we saw that there's a blood stains around. So then they'll follow it. So we went to a nearby filling station, Shell filling station, just on the way to Titi Brothers.
Right.
First station on your left.